What's going on, Bully fam? It's your boy, the educated, the scientist, Mr. Double Muscle Line Bulls, bringing you another quick episode of Breeders' Hacks. So I've been getting a lot of questions about our pregnancy test strips, right? So test strips that you can do at home, not have to pay a vet bill, not an astronomical price to get a something similar to like a ultrasound machine. These come as cheap, I think, as like $10 per test, 10 to 15 bucks per test or something like that. So we sell these on breedershacks.com, and I just wanted to go over some quick things with you guys over these test strips. What's going on, guys? So as many of you know, we do carry the pregnancy test on our website, breedershacks.com. The thing is, I've been getting a lot of questions about a few things about these test strips, so I just want to cover the most asked questions when it comes to these test strips. So yes, with these test strips, you can do them at home. It'll save you a lot of money rather than having to go to the vet, rather than have to pay for an expensive ultrasound machine. And in my opinion, this is more accurate than the average person just trying to buy an ultrasound machine and interpreting the results off of that. I don't use ultrasound machines. I don't really need to know the number. I need to be sure if she's pregnant or not. That's what I need to confirm. And to me, this is the most accurate way to find out if your female's pregnant or not. So if you guys have seen the episode of Breeders' Hacks on how to draw blood, we have an episode on how to draw blood. Make sure to go check that out. It's super easy. It's super simple to do. And after practice a few times, the average person, anybody can do it. So anyway, so these are the test strips, right? So I just wanted to go over, like I said, the most asked questions. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and draw blood with the syringe, right? So we use like a 22 gauge syringe. You're going to want to go ahead and draw out about I like to draw about 2 or 3 cc's, because then what I'll do is I'll get a few samples that I could go ahead like this and put in the centrifuge. So you're going to go ahead and draw the blood. You're going to go ahead and take the blood out, put it in a centrifuge tube like this, and then you're going to take this tube and put it in a centrifuge and spin it. So once the blood has been put in here and you spin it, it's going to separate. You'll have the serum on top, the clear serum, and then you're going to have the red blood cells and whatnot at the bottom. So we have a sample that we've already spun. So if you guys want to come in here and take a look real quick and see. So I'm going to open up my centrifuge, and here we go. And this is exactly what you want. You know, you have the red blood cells at the bottom and the serum up top. So all you're going to do now is with your test, and I'm going to just put this down for 1 second. All you're going to do with your test, when you get this, it comes in like a pack of 5. You're going to tear this open, and it's going to come with a cassette. This is similar to that of like a woman's pregnancy test. So you'll have this here. You'll go ahead and take, it comes with a little pipette. Make sure to grab the little pipette inside. And now all you're going to do is take the sample that we just spun down. You know, you take and you put it in a centrifuge for a couple minutes. You know, you can let it sit for hours and it'll eventually separate itself. I've seen people take this and tape it to a fan and let the fan spin. You know, so there's different ways that you can do it. You don't have to necessarily have a centrifuge, but it cuts the time down significantly. So you'll take your little pipette like this, and you'll want to suck up as much clear serum as you can without getting any red blood cells inside. So now we got a decent amount in here, right? And you can come closer and take a look real quick. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is you're going to put about 3 to 4 drops of serum. So 1, you're going to want to give it a second to absorb it. So 2, and then we'll just add like 2 more. You know, like I said, I like to give it a second to absorb it. You know, that's 3, and then this is the last one here. And we had just enough. So now, as you can see, actually come back and check this out, right? As you can see, it's gonna start dyeing. It's gonna stain the cassette. So now what we're looking for is, as it's staining the cassette, is it's gonna show either 1 line or 2 lines. 1 line being that the C stands for control, meaning the test strip is good. If the test strip isn't good, then you would know there wouldn't be a line there. And then for the T is gonna tell us if she's pregnant or not. So 1 line is not pregnant, 2 lines is pregnant. So So that's pretty much it. It's super straightforward. And I mean, some vets even charge to do this. And I mean, they can charge, I've seen it charge $65 all the way up to $200. This, you could do it at home for like 10-15 bucks, you know? And it's still way cheaper than an ultrasound machine. So a few questions, right? A few questions that people ask. They say, do we need a buffer? On the original video I did of this, maybe a year ago or something like that, we used buffer. So you took the serum that I just took, you mix it with a buffer, and then you put it on the test strip. With these new test strips that we have, we do not need the buffer anymore. That's what's a huge question that everybody asks me, is when they get these test strips, they say, hey, where's the buffer? These test strips do not need buffer anymore, which makes it a lot more easier. You're not mixing anything, none of that. You're just gonna go ahead and take the serum like we just did from the blood, put a few drops, and we're done. So you're gonna set a timer for about 10 to 15 minutes. So I mean, this is basically, in a few minutes, you could already kind of tell if it's gonna show the second line or not. We knew this dog already wasn't pregnant, so this was just to show you guys for educational purposes. I'll put a picture somewhere in here so you guys can see what it looks like for an actual pregnancy. But you know, this is what it looks like. She's not pregnant. You know, we only have one line, the control line. The test line, which is the line that we're looking for to see if she's pregnant or not, there's no line there. You could wait, like I said, you know, 10 to 15 minutes. That's usually the time you want to wait. But I've been doing these long enough to know. And like I said, the female, obviously we know she's not pregnant. So, but as I said, we got a negative. This is a negative. And I'll put the picture somewhere in here to see what a positive looks like. But that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to show you guys quickly how to do the Relaxin Test. Another question I also get a lot is, we typically wait till day 35. I find that day 35 from your last breeding is going to be the most accurate results. You know, if you test, say you did like 5 breedings and it's day 35 from the first breeding, but it could still be day 20 something or early 30s from the last breeding, then it may show a positive down the road. So I always say 35 from the last breeding, and that's where you get your most accurate results from, at least with my experience with these test strips. The other thing as well is, another question that's frequently asked is storage of these. These are typically good for about a year or two, you know, so you don't have to use them all right away. What's some other questions that people are asking? They also ask us, so they'll say, I did a test, right? And it said that she was positive. But then when it came time to get the puppies and time for her to have the puppies, she wasn't pregnant. Well, what can happen is females can absorb puppies. So she was possibly pregnant at the time that you did the Relaxin Test. But when it came time for her to deliver, she may have absorbed the puppies, which unfortunately does happen. So that's why I highly recommend, if you want to confirm if there's puppies or not, go ahead, be my guest, do it. We do that all the time. We just want to know if the puppies are there. But still, do another test before you perform the C-section. And often vets will also want to do that as well, do their own confirmation. So if the vet's going to confirm the litter for you, then you really don't have to do another one, because they're going to tell you if there's puppies there or not. But for us, like I said, the vet will do the C-section if I tell him to. So you're going to want to test yourself. You know, you're gonna want to make sure that you test again, that there's puppies there. It does happen. And then I also get people who also say, I did a Relaxin Test and it turns out she was pregnant. Well, it's all the contingent on the day that you did the Relaxin Test. So as I said, some people will count day 35 from the first breeding, but it's really day, say, 29 from the last breeding that they did. So it all goes based off of the timing that you did the Relaxin Test. And if you feel unsure, they're so inexpensive, do another one in another week or so. You know what I'm saying? But I find 35 to be most accurate. So I've also ran into people who've done that they do 35 from the first day, or they don't even do day 35. They do a Relaxin Test at like day 20, 21, things like that. And it turns out that the female is pregnant. To me, that is just too early based off of how long I've been doing these test strips for. So those are just some of the questions that we get a lot of, get often asked from us. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was a quick touch up on the Relaxin Test. These things are great. I love them. I have not had an inaccurate test, and God, I can't even think of. I can't think of one that we've had, right? So anyway, yeah, this to me, this is more accurate than an ultrasound machine, and it's pennies compared to an ultrasound machine. So anyway, guys, hope this was helpful. If you guys got any questions, please drop them down below. We'll take a look and try to answer them for you. Feel free to contact us with any of the questions you have. If you're interested in getting your own test strips and being able to do confirmed pregnancies at home for yourself, or whether you want to do it for a service, as a service to other breeders, for other people as well, whatever the case may be, check us out, breedershacks.com. All right, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.